Hi, this is Kim Pinkney and welcome to my channel. Alrighty, so today I'm going to be working on the thumbnails. I'm going to be doing a lot more thumbnails and I'll pretty much tell you how I do it and how I'm doing it. I've written the story. I have not written it into a script format, so that might be my biggest downfall. Now I work in Google documents and stuff like that. And I tried to knock these into chapters. And I have to keep in mind that I have to have 30 panels per episode that I upload. And I can only upload up to 5, I suppose, to tell the story. 30 panels sounds like a lot, but once you start drawing and getting into the story, it's not enough. Now, I don't know if 30 is the maximum or if 30 is the minimum. I think 30 was the minimum of 30 panels to tell the story in one chapter, and you have to have up to 3 to 5 chapters. So I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to have enough panels and then know when to make them more concise. So what I'm doing here is pretty much going step by step on what's happening in each panel. And I'm starting with chapter 1, logical place. But I'm also kind of jumping around a bit. As ideas come to me, I'll start to create my panels. In my gallery here, I have created blank panels, and I usually try not to draw on this layer per se, and so I'm going to lock that. Everything I'm doing here is going to be in Procreate, and I'm not sure if I'm going to just put everything in here and just line it all up and do whatever I need to do and then bring it into Photoshop if I have to. I saw different ways of uploading a Webtoon document, and I'm not sure which is the best way, so I'll figure that out once I got something to put up. All right, so this is, I'm pretty much, if you're new to my stream, hi, I'm Kim Pinkney, and I am making my very first Webtoon for a contest. I'm calling it Nocturnal Emissions. It's a horror themed type of thing, and I just got booted out. Okay, so it's a horror themed type of thing, and or mind bending is what the category was. You have 2 categories. You have heartwarming and you have mind bending, and I guess those are the 2 categories that they're lacking the most on the Webtoon thing. So if you just go right to Webtoons, and I think I've got a link in the description if you guys are interested, but the prizes are nice. So if you're interested, and if you could tell a story, and it doesn't have to be as intricate as what I'm doing. As a matter of fact, all the videos that I've been watching keep saying, don't do it this way, don't do it this way. But I'm like, I want it to look pretty. And then I started second guessing the story. Am I outside of their demographics? Because I look at a lot of the stuff that's on the site, and a lot of it's anime looking, manhwa looking, and most of the characters, they're young adult. These guys are young adults as well. And basically, my story, I want to say it would have, I don't know who it would appeal to. It appeals to me because I like horror. And I like a little bit of, I don't know, weird things when it comes to my horror. But anyway, my story is basically centered around a guy who can't sleep. And the only way he can sleep is if he has a lover or someone. It doesn't even matter if it's a lover. If he has someone in the vicinity of him, then he's able to sleep, because then they take on whatever nightmares that are plaguing him. For him, it's just like a little night terror, but for anybody else, it becomes real. So, and I'm wondering if, because as I'm writing this and as I'm sketching it and things like that, As I was working on panels yesterday, I started coming up with different other ideas as well. So like it is far from perfect, but I have to keep going, and then by the time I'm done with all my panels, then I'll go back and refine them, define them a little bit more. Um, but I started coming up with different ideas, like the things are touching him, but they fade off into like the darkness, and it plagues him. And so I could see how it if the longer that he tries to hold this, the longer that he experiences it, the more real it becomes for him. But for everyone else, it's real from right off the bat. I'm also making some of the better. I hate when I up every now and then Procreate like freezes up on me, and then when I touch it, I get these stray lines. Like when I'm readjusting sizes and stuff like that, I get these crazy stray lines, and I hope that it's something that I can get rid of. I don't even know what layer it's on. It's on that layer. Um, yeah, so it's like that's what I'm pretty much doing. I'll see things and it's like, oh my God, I hate her hairstyle. So I was in the midst of fixing her hairstyle, and I'm like, you know what? I need to keep going. I need to do all the panels, not just the ones that I feel like doing right now. And so I think that's what I'll do is I'll go ahead and start working on more thumbnails until I'm done with my thumbnails. And from there, that's when I will go ahead and start coloring. Um, Hopefully I get done with the colorings pretty fast, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so where I am thus far, and I'll read my first bit of the chapter. So watching me will be definitely just spoilers, definitely, because you're going from beginning to end with my um, drawing process here. Um, and I don't know. So basically, in my Google Doc, I'm pretty much saying that he's explaining that he's got nightmares, that he's a beast at work, basically. And let's see. So he had a girlfriend, and she ghosts him. So basically, this is the girlfriend that he has. And I want to think that maybe he ghosted her a long time ago. That maybe he put his career before her, and then just decided that I need a girlfriend. So I think I'll make her into a redhead, because before I was gonna have her be brunette. And so this guy, he's all about his job. He works his ass off. He doesn't want to be poor. At least that's what I'm thinking. His personality is, because very few people, like say, who bring their work into I don't know what is it called, into their identity. And this guy definitely identifies with being the best at what he does, which is pretty much sales. And people have an affinity towards him, so they trust him. So I have to convey all that in the panels without like exposition. And I'm trying to think of every time that you see a panel, it's a sentence, and then or a couple of sentences. So I also want to get to the point where my panels, and this is the goals, this is panel goals, thumbnail goals, that I can come up with something that you can read without words. So like seeing these panels, um, she's trying to wake him up. She hears something. It startles her awake. So that's what I have for that panel. And then I want a panel where she sees whatever it is and ducks under the blankets. And then whatever it is on this panel, zoom, and I'm going to be zooming in, puts its arm down and like right next to her, and she's kind of curled up into a ball. So I have to show that as well. And then it comes close to her face and it bares its teeth. And she's seeing all this from underneath the blanket, and it's like a nightmare. It's like a childhood nightmare. And then it licks her, and that's when she loses her shit. Because the entire time she's probably thinking, "This isn't real. This isn't real. I'm. This is not real. You know, this can't be happening. This isn't happening. I'm dreaming." Until it licks her, and then that was the game changer. And so, on the next thumbnail, I'm thinking, okay, so this was going to be a thumbnail that was going to be in between the other one with the arm coming down. So she's curling herself into a ball. Um, I mean, whatever she sees must be like completely horrifying. So the next panel I want is I don't know if I want an absolute look of horror, or if I want it to just show him not being there or her not being there. And then somewhere along the way they catch up, and I could say instead I could have like a phone call type of thing, instead of having to draw a whole nother scene of them in a coffee shop, because she doesn't want anything to do with him after this. He wouldn't wake up. So okay, so this next thumbnail, because I jump in my story from her ghosting him into him going on to other women. And I also kind of want him to have this goofy smile on his face, like he's really enjoying whatever dream he's in. Um, so I think what I'll do, let's see, let me go back because I have an idea. Okay, so I wish I could show these panels like side by side. I probably could if I make things smaller. Okay, so I have her trying to wake him up, but maybe not in this position. Maybe he turns over on her, and she's trying to wake him up even more frantic. So I want him to kind of, nocturnal emissions is basically when a guy's having, or when a person's having a wet dream. It's a very sexy dream. So let me see if I start it. I need to probably number these. Okay, so I'll keep this going on with the dreaming montage, but since they're kind of out of order, and I'll just have to cut and paste them into a proper order once I'm ready. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and use the studio pen. And then when I get ready to refine things, I'll go ahead and use the soft brush, and that'll give me, this kind of look. Come on, you. That'll give me that soft look, and that's what I'll be using throughout my story. So let's go back to studio pen. Okay, um, so to show her nightmare, and I want to make sure my lines are really small, and I'm moderately zoomed in. Okay, so each panel should be kind of like watching a scene play out. So I want to say, and I don't have enough panels or enough time to show that they're looking affectionate to each other. So we'll say I'll probably have like a night scene with his house, and then I'll have him kind of just chilling. Maybe her next to him. And eventually I'll probably have it set up to where we'll see, we'll put that behind him. Uh, where it shows the room that they're in. Let's see, we'll give her hips here. And we'll just do this sort of thing. We got the blanket like right here. we'll have her hand on him. And I'm just trying to keep it loose, just enough to give me enough clues. We'll give her long red hair. We'll make her a ginger. We'll just have the blanket. And let's see. And I want to give him like a kind of a bulge here. He's having a great dream. Give him just something that and I think that will be like the predecessor to the dreams that he has at home. And this is his place. Or maybe it'll be her place. I haven't decided yet. We'll do his place. He's too much of a control freak. And then we'll just kind of have like the blanket scene. And he gets an erection in the middle of the night. Oh, and did I mention this isn't for kids? But these things happen. These things happen. He's getting his midnight boner or whatever. They just had sex anyway. So, and I'll have the pillows kind of overlap a bit. Like she's more into him than he is into her. And instead of having his arm around her, he's got it kind of around his pillow. And we'll have him kind of enjoying. We'll give him a little bit more. Let's see. That was going to be his neck. Let me move that. Okay. So he's sleeping. She's sleeping. Let's see, if you're turned like that, put the pillow like kind of right here. This line denotes where his eyes are facing. I probably don't even need that. We'll do this. So he's asleep and he's smiling. All right. Yeah, all these lines, all these jumbles of lines. And then I just go ahead and clean it up a little bit so I can tell what's going on in the picture. Let's see. But yeah, you definitely, from what I understand about the process of creating a webtoon, from all the videos that I've been watching, and I just pretty much did a search on how to draw a comic or short comic. All right. And I've been watching those, and a lot of them are pretty short. You know, the longest one I think has been about 20 or 30 minutes. They're pretty concise, and some of give really good ideas. Okay, so he's laying down. She's asleep. Let's see. All right, and he's having a happy dream. Let's see. We'll make him well endowed. Why not? We'll give him a chest too. And kind of have his pillow overlap. And it doesn't hurt to make a couple montages where I can see the people being assaulted or assailed by Let's see. I can't remember how her hair is going to go. Okay, so we got her going here. Let's see, his chest, about like right there. And we'll kind of have his shoulder underneath her pillow. Now, if it was animated, I'd probably have like one of these little ghost hands, maybe touching him or something like that, or just kind of gliding backwards. Maybe this way. So maybe one of those little ghost fingers this way, kind of going away but coming towards her. So, and I don't want to make it so that you know everything. That you can figure it out all at once, because the character himself has to figure it out. So maybe a kind of like a discovery thing. So he's holding his pillow, and then if I was animating it, a little hand would probably like recede from him and then come and mess with her. Okay, so that would be like the first scene of this, and then maybe something. Maybe she opens her eyes, hearing a sound. So let's see. We want to have a close up on her in her pillow and her eyes open. Maybe groggily it opens, maybe just a little. Thinking maybe it might be him. And then we'll have his head kind of off here. And then maybe some sort of sound effect. I don't know if it's effect or FX. That's what it was. Da, 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 da. F sound effects. Okay, and it wakes her up. And then maybe she'll hear it again. Maybe she'll go back to sleep. And then sound again. So what I could do, instead of reinventing the wheel down here, because basically all I would do is pretty much, like I can have her like this and she hears it, repeat, oops, this one. And we'll just bring that down to the next layer. And then maybe have her look up at him before she gets up. Like, it's like, what in the hell is that noise? So she looks at him. He's still asleep. And this is his neck, his arm, pillow, or whatever. Let's see. This is her pillow. And maybe even lift her head up a bit. Let's do that. We'll lift her whole body. And she's looking at him. He looks fine. It's like, he's asleep. It's not him. And maybe repeat that one like she's laying back down to sleep again. And then she hears the sound, and it like it's crazy loud. Um, let's see, repeat this. Well, let's see, that's how I get like a shit ton of panels. And then I found out that it's like, oh crap, I have too many panels. And I still have a shit ton of things to do. So, okay, so maybe I won't drag this on too much. Maybe I might maybe make this panel duplicated again, but smaller. So I'll have that one again. And then, the next one will be her actually getting the hell up and then getting after him. So let's see. Let me go ahead and put the number on here so I don't forget. We'll go, whoops, not there. We'll do 1. We hear the sound of, well, actually this will be 2 because we'll be, let me do this. Erase this. Add text. Hit style. And we'll bring the text into here. I hate that this is so high up. Okay, bring that down. 9 has not been too bad. Okay, so about 12 right there. And I'll pretty much just say, just give myself some directions. And then when I want to put words in, I'll either put it underneath, because when you do these panels with the webtoons, you're reading them on your cell phone. Let's see. Yeah, you're reading them on your cell phone, basically. Okay. All right. First panel will be house, then bedroom, a couple sleeping. Okay, and then I'll just do this one as number 2. Oops. Get off that layer. Okay. This is number 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will repeat again. And then, let's see, this will be number 6. And then going back, this will be number 7. Then going back, this will be 8 with the hand of the monster coming down, or the arm of the monster coming down. It's 8, 9, 10, 11. And I'm going to leave it right there at, okay, and then 12 will be black screen. Okay, so I'll have 12 panels there, and then on the 13th panel, and I'll leave this panel for whatever I need to do. So this will be black screen. So we'll say 12 black screen. And then we'll have a shot of him on 13. Let's see, go to the gallery. Okay, so number 13 here will be him waking up and finding her gone. Now, I was thinking of either him waking up and finding her like kind of traumatized. Um, let's see. Now, I'm trying to decide if I want her traumatized like this, where she's kind of hunched over like this. And then him maybe waking up, asking her if she slept well, and she's like, "You gotta be kidding me." Let's see. Whoops. Not on this layer, Kimberly. That's one of the things I keep forgetting. Do not draw on the layer with the thumbnail template. So let me lock that. So yeah, so I could have, and then if I had more time on this, she could explain that now if I just saw a monster, my ass would not be there. And she's naked. And we'll say we'll have the blanket like this. One arm around herself. And then he's right here, and maybe he's on one shoulder or one, and here's his ear, his hair, and maybe from a different view, over her shoulder. So like she's like this, and we see her face, and she's like batshit horrified. And we see him just looking happy. It's like, I slept well. It's a good damn night. How about that? We have the pillow here. Oh, maybe this could be the pillow. So, we'll have her hair all crazy too. Let's see. Let's see. Have her boobs crushed by the pillow. then he's looking at her. Now I'm trying to decide if he knows that they're suffering from the bad dream, or if he even cares that he knows, but he just doesn't he doesn't care. I'm trying to think of how I want him to prop up. So 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 she's been like that all night after that thing left. Let's see. Maybe he's like touching her shoulder or back or something like that. Want to do it again? Or, this is an alternative. Okay, so this one seems stronger because it gives us more of an idea of what the hell she just went through. It's like, what the fuck was that? And him like, let's see. We'll have her back, her head. We'll have her hair like right here. So we okay, so he wakes up. And maybe I'll have a progression of his house. So which means I'm going to have to alter what I've got of his house. Okay, so 13. I'm not going to type. I'm going to just write 13. Shot of house at daytime, and then 14, she has back to him, and he tells her good morning, or rather she's like, I want to break out. I'm gonna break up with this motherfucker. 14, 15. Aw, did you have another bad dream? So yeah, I think the dick knows that he's given her bad dreams, but at least he slept well, right? That's what matters. Looking out for number one. So this is like the first time. So I wanted to make it seem like it wasn't the first time, but it's the worst time. And like maybe he blew it off or some BS. Okay, so after that she ghosted him. One more time, and maybe that was the one that just like, oh, I could have her waking up her first bad dream. And then the second bad dream is where she's like completely traumatized like this. Okay, so first night together, she wakes up like this. Wow, what a nightmare. And then he's like right here. And then maybe the second night we'll have him, well, I don't want him on his back if he's getting boners. Um, yeah, so while they're suffering, he has incredible, wonderful, breathtaking dreams. Can't wait to go back to sleep type of dreams. Let me just sleep back in. Hey, just hang out with me just a little longer. Okay, so she wakes up. If you're having bad dreams, why is it my problem type of thing? And we'll say that, you know, he's asleep. Let's see, we'll say that he's down here. And he's got, of course, morning wood. Why not? Don't give him too much attention. Okay, so come on now. See, if it was a pencil, I'd be erasing to the point where I've got the lines that I want. There we go. Yeah, this guy is a dick. Okay. And we'll just have him kind of sleeping. Her pillow will be in disarray, and it's like, oh my gosh. Let's see, maybe she's gripping the blanket. And then not thinking anything of it, goes back to sleep and, you know, still has the nightmare. Or maybe this could be the first part of the nightmare. And she wakes up. It's like, what the fuzz, man? Okay, so we're showing that she's got the bad dreams. Okay. So this was the first night. Just a gentle, a gentle nightmare. And then, okay, so this will be like the first night. That's what, and I think maybe we'll make him fake like he's asleep. Because he dares not sleep while they're awake, or else he'll get the nightmare. And then he'll have some explaining to do. So it's okay, it's just a bad dream. His penis is way up on his chest, isn't it? Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, that's how I see men. You got your cute little face, and then your penis is like right there on your chest. I'm gonna make it a little smaller. and then probably in the back a little bit. There we go. That makes a little bit more sense. And then we'll kind of throw body in the way, or just don't hit my dick. Okay. All right. Okay, so there we are. Okay, so this was the first night. And this is maybe the third or fourth night. But what night should I make this? Should I make it like maybe, because I want it to get worse. If I should make it, we'll make this the last night. And I want him to wake up, and you can see his boners like still there. And then maybe she's saying, the only times I have these nightmares is when I'm with you. It's like, oh my God. Only time I have these No, I'm not going to put that there. So she's had her epiphany. She's ready. She's done. And then the next night, bump it. You know, this is like the second to last night maybe. And then the last night, he's going to end up, I want him like waking up alone type of thing. Let me see. Okay. See, I knew it was over when I woke up. The next day. Now I can't decide if he's going to be sad that she's gone, or if he's sad that he doesn't have anybody else to take those nightmares. Maybe both. Either. He's not, I don't want to say he's a bad guy, but it's like, I had this idea while I was riding my bike to work, that, yeah, he's maybe giving a flower to a little girl. Maybe, oh, that's what I should do. When he goes to work, he usually looks pretty damn good. So maybe he gets a flower in his lapel from a little girl, and puts it in her, you know, behind her, buys one for himself and then buys one for her. Mom has a wedding ring, so he's not going to buy her shit. And maybe they know him in a way. Yeah. So, but I had this vision of him, wearing the flower and knowing that if it became if he had his way and he had the little girl sleeping in his room or somewhere nearby, he would totally toss her to the wolves in order for him to get a good night's sleep. And the thought that he would sacrifice a little girl and her sanity to getting a good night's sleep kind of makes him sad. That realization that that's what he would be capable of. And that's exactly what he's capable of. He would do it. His nose isn't that small. Okay. If that's what it took to get a good night's sleep, he would do it. So this is where the entourage or the montage of women will come in. He's got to get a good night's sleep. And just him reaching out for someone who's no longer there. All right. Okay. And we'll give him his hair in the front of him, just that he's just woke up. Keep it nice and wild. Okay. And we'll have his pillow like right here. All right. So that probably I guess this is where he would kind of have to figure out. He's like, she's not there. Shit. I still got like 4 or 5 more hours to go. I should have him like looking at a clock going, what was it, like maybe midnight? It's like, shit, I got like 5 or 6 hours before I have to go to work. Can I make it? Can I make it? And let's see. If I do it backwards, let's see. So 7. Okay, so this will be first panel would be that. So there's that. That's the first panel. Second panel would be that. No. Yeah. Okay, maybe second panel will be that one. Sound effects, whatever, black screen. Oh, that's black screen is the other one. Okay, so second, third, fourth, fifth. No. Let's see. So maybe this will be the second, and then this will be the third. and that's the first night. Play it again. Well, we'll see how many panels I'll need at the end, but it's like, damn. So he's got to go through 5 hours of this nonsense, and then pretty much when he's at this point, it's like, I need a new girlfriend. I can't do this. So um, I guess that's when the montage of women will pop in. So this will be montage number one, and I gotta give her better hair. I haven't decided if I wanted it straight or curly or short or long. Let's see. So yeah, so the montage of women. Let's go ahead and do that. Um, so he has no problem getting women, and I need to show that. Let's see. How about we have a whoops. Okay, so that's locked. Okay. All right. So, oops, it's doing it again. Give me a second. It's locking up on me. Give me 1 second. Let it think. Okay. All right. And so this will be the montage of women. We've got girl at a bar right here. And he'll go through all the pretty girls. And then he'll hit on everything. So we've got okay, so we have one girl here. We'll have her with a drink. And then him right here, kind of at a distance. Looking all fetching and junk. And we'll even have him in a business suit. Let's see. And I want him to have like these gorgeous ties. I gotta go back onto Pinterest and find the tie of the day. He always puts them in these intricate knots. You know what I'd like to hear right now is like some Pink Floyd. Hey you, standing in the da 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 da. Can ya feel me? Let's see. Raising a glass. And then another one where he's, let's see, sees a girl in the park. Maybe goes on Tinder or whatever, gets a date. Doing his flirting thing. And they're both having a good time. Let's see. This time with something a little bit more casual. Let's see, we'll have this leg here. You know, maybe she'll touch him or something like that. And we'll give her a really cute jacket or something. And then maybe another one where he's with another girl. This one's at a bar. And no problem getting women. But it always ends the same. With them screaming their heads off. And he's sleeping through the night. So let's see, we'll have the girl with the long hair up here. Have that be her right here. Let's see. And then this girl right here with the short hair, we'll give her a bob or something like that. We'll put her behind old girl here, and she's screaming, and her bob is like all over the place. And just screaming in horror. Mm, let's see. And yeah, I think I only depicted 3 girls. The next one will be like crazed. Let's see, and we'll give this one like a ponytail. And we'll give her a ponytail too. All my exes live in Texas. Do, 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 do. Horrified. Terrifying nightmares. And each one tried to wake him up, would not wake up. Sorry the thumbnails are so rough, but that's pretty much how I pretty much have to work. Um, I'll try to clean it up just a little bit so you guys can kind of get an idea of what I'm going through here. Anything that looks unclear. This is him and ponytail girl. And we should do like a whole rainbow of women. Big women, small women, of all ethnicities and whatnot. It doesn't matter. It always ends up the same. The girlfriends never last. So, let's see. Let me see where I am here. La 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 la. Where's my story? There it is. Okay. So, Derek Clay, I have this problem sleeping because of nightmares. They call me the closer at my job, but lately I've become a mess the next day at work. I used to have a girlfriend or two or three. Um, um, I caught up with her and she said bad things were happening. She tried to wake me up, but I slept through it like I either couldn't or wouldn't wake up. And I had a peaceful smile on my face, more like a shit-eating grin, or bliss, whichever. Um, After another bad nightmare, I decided to hit bars and pick up women. Not a problem with that. Almost thought that the nightmares were a blessing for a second there. After sex, I would pass out and have the best sleep of my life. The girl would stay the night but be terrified the next day and eventually not there at all. One that stayed, I found in a corner covered with bruises. She told me that she tried to wake me up but couldn't, or I wouldn't respond. I just slept with a big ass smile on my face. Some would leave in the night and I would have a bad nightmare and not get my full rest. Eventually girls would talk and no one would go home with me. So I'm figuring that maybe he's in a small town. Small enough for women to talk. Or get the gist, like, don't date this dude. Um, I eventually hit every bar in the city and damn near fell asleep at the wheel due to a nightmare. I started using call girls. Okay, so I need to show him at a computer. Or maybe even on the phone. Um, Talking to a girl. Uh, let's see. So I figure maybe he'll go through his entire um, maybe his entire list of women to find a girl so he can get some sleep. Let's see. Maybe this one here. He wakes up. Um, Maybe this next one. He's like, I gotta get some sleep. Where's my God dandruff? This stupid thing. It's gotta give it a second. Okay. So he's like kind of anguished right here, and then maybe the next one. I don't want to be a mess at work. Let's see. We'll have him in bed, trying to find someone to sleep with him. Come on over. We'll put him in a shirt this time. Nah, no shirt. He sleeps without a shirt. I am not going to sleep alone tonight. I am not. It's just that he just cannot handle the nightmares. Okay, so see if we can make this a little. See, maybe his phone's about like right here. And his pillow. At the bottom of the panel be his bed. And like his face is lit up by the phone. Like all this is lit up by the phone. All right. Okay. So let's see. So we've got to get more girls. I should have them like determined to fish in the company pond, but I don't want him to. I want him to not be that desperate. There are women at work that probably want him. I'm trying to think. So maybe on the computer. Or maybe there's like a Facebook page that talks about do not sleep with this man. Don't give him the time of day. He'll talk you out of your underwear and your sanity. Okay, so he's at wit's end. He's gone through A lot of women. I should have women like crawling out of the crawling to get out of the panel. I think that'd be funny. Uh, we'll even have, yeah, I'll have one crawling out of the panel. We'll throw like I like that. uh, that's pretty bad when you gotta crawl away from this man. So we just got like a montage of women. Okay, and they're just trying to get away. Let me fix that hand. I want her to like completely have her hand coming out, her hand and arm coming out of the panel. It's like, I gotta get the hell away from this man. So you got that part. But yeah, he would totally throw somebody completely under the bus for a good night's sleep. All right, so that's pretty bad. We'll even give her a shadow. All right. We'll have her hair be all wild and stuff too. And you got this one, I'm wondering. But it always ends up the same. Let's see. Okay. I can't do this sleeping thing alone. Okay. So we got him on the internet looking, or on his phone, looking for his next companion. Okay, so yeah, we're busting through panels left and right here. Okay, so let me think. Haven't had a boner since last week. This sucks. This sucks. Okay. All right. So, what else is in the story here? Get back to my Google Doc here. Okay. So, got to find one covered with bruises. Now, whenever I have a hard time visualizing a pose, I try to see if I can find something that would be close to what I'm looking for as far as the pose. Let's see. Okay, so on the search. And then, so I need somebody. Maybe he's right here. I don't need a butt shot, but I could at least have boxers. Maybe it's somebody who thought he had left. And finds her in a corner, just like covered in bruises. Let's see. Make that bigger. Maybe make it smaller. Just bring the corner down, maybe. Okay, so move that down here. Okay. Let's see. And it's like, why wouldn't you wake up? You wouldn't wake up. And I think she would stay only because she was worried about him. It's like, I couldn't carry you. I didn't know what else to do. I'm going to throw a blanket on her. Having these women hide behind their hair. Let's see. I found an image I like. Okay. Make this a little smaller. And I want her to look like she's kind of crying. Giving them big anime tears. All right. And I want this to be her other, oops, her other arm here. I should have her holding like a knife or something. Maybe in his closet, getting ready for work. He finds her, maybe. And kitchen knife, I guess. More looking at him than up in the air. Bring these together. Okay. Yeah, we'll throw her in the closet. Let's see. We'll have some clothes hanging down. And his beautiful shoes. Why not? We'll have some shoes like knocked over. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty bad when you come in and find a woman in your closet cowering. So I thought you left. Everybody else leaves. You wouldn't wake up. Maybe some luggage or something like that on the side. I don't know. Expensive luggage. More shoes or something like that. Throw a coat on her or something like that. Something like surprise that, holy crap, there's a woman in my... Okay. Alright. It always ends the same. Okay. So now he's at wit's end. There's so many things that, so many other places that he could go. But, let's see. And I'm trying to think of how I should show uh, a monster messing with a girl. Let's see. Okay, so so eventually the girls would talk and no one would go home with me. Eventually I hit every bar in the city. Let's see. After hitting every bar in the city and nearly falling asleep at the wheel due to a nightmare, I started call girls. Okay, so see if I can find that like risky business type of thing where, let's see, how many panels is that so far? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, so we need to find some call girls. Let's see, I'm almost done with. Okay, so I need to find, in these 5 panels, I need to come up with, I might end up having to combine some other ones, or remove what I had for the initial ones. So, like, I think it might be better just to jump right on into the frickin' story instead of trying to. This is a short story, so I can't really throw office Dookie into this. But yeah, I can use uh, him hitting on girls, him getting the reaction, and then him in the bed looking at his cell phone. Okay, alright. So, like the office Dookie, I'll probably have to leave for another time. Or as a filler in case I don't have enough panels. But you see how quick it is to fill up these damn things. It is possible to reach that 30 panel quota way too soon without actually telling everything I need to tell. But I think that pretty much sums it up. First girlfriend didn't last, and then we went on to the endless string, picking up girls, and it all ends up the same. Terrible montage when it's trying to escape the panel. I should have one hanging off the panel too. Um, um, let's see. If I could figure out what to do on this space, maybe I can move this one of these heads over. But I still have this space here. Or I could just say it just always ends the same, like right here. It all ends up in a scream. Let's see. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Okay, so moving forward, I really need to do the call girl thing. I think he'll do the call girl thing until he can't. Um, like they talk. Once he goes through a few of those, his name will get out. So, let's see. Where do you find these chicks? Um, uh, let's see. Maybe I should. Like, are they on Craigslist? Need to give it a different name. Craves list. Remember to lock this layer. But before I do that, let me see. Gallery. I want to make sure I have one that I can come back to. Hit select. Duplicate. Duplicate. I want to at least have 3. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay. Um, so I figure if I have him looking at a computer, maybe an over-the-shoulder shot, or let's see. I wouldn't mind having him at his job and he's frustrated. So let me grab. I see a picture that I like. Okay, copy image. Okay, so him at his job looking up call girls on Crave's list. Let's see. I don't know where my little image went. Let me zoom out. Okay. Okay, so him frustrated at his desk. Don't want to be accused of sleeping. Okay, so I don't need to do all that. Okay. And then we'll have him just kind of frustrated at his desk, and he's just get his shoulders here. We'll hunch him over a bit, put him in his fancy chair. All right. So for those of you who are just joining, because I'm about to call it today, uh, I'm doing thumbnails of my story, uh, Nocturnal Emissions, and it's a guy who takes a lot of pride in his work, um, and pretty good looking dude. But he's got a problem. He's just can't sleep. Um, and it's starting to show um, in his job performance, in his life. And I'll show you the panels that I came up with as I was trying to interpret my story. But right here I have him at his desk, and he's just like, I can't do this. I got too many clients that depend on me, my status, I don't want to lose my position, I just got this position. You know, I'm king of the world, damn it. I'm king of the world. I should not have to go through this. Yeah, so I'll give him a desktop computer for now. Well, I got a laptop. We'll give him a laptop and a desktop. Why not? Laptop for the search, desktop for work. And let's see. I'll find a monitor or something like that. Make it big, and we'll give him 2. Hell, why 2? Just give him 3. He's got a lot of clients. He's got to juggle. Yeah, for once we won't have him wearing his jacket. It'll be like him in this dress shirt. Okay, so he's at his computer. We've got his sleeves rolled up, and he's just exhausted. I'd love to have somebody here with a shitting grin, like his rival at work is a chick. That he would not sleep with. Sleeping on the job, you know, type of thing. And then have her walk off. And him just like, bitch. And give her that big ass smile. Because she knows she's going to get her clients back, damn it. Still my frickin' client, you asshole. Let's see. Let's see, and then, let's see, maybe something here in the background. Maybe windows. This is like a cubicle. Can't wait to land this frickin'. I want him to flip her off, but he's got more class than that. Not much, but he's got more class than that. It's like, and everybody in the office knows him as the office Lothario. He's Mr. Sexy. He'll pick up women while on a office luncheon or something like that. Always closing. Always closing. Always closing someone's legs, basically. And that's going to be your downfall. And that's what she's basically telling him. So he's like, shit, I got to do something. She's not wrong. So hits the computer. We look over his shoulder. And it's Crave's list. And he's looking for shit. Not bad, not bad. I got a lot more panels to go. We still haven't even gotten to the meat of this. This is still just the explaining phase. So he's on Crave's list looking for call girls. Lonely? And then we'll just have his eyes. All right. And then I'll go through another montage of women. Okay, so that's where I am thus far. Okay, so to put it all together, um, okay, so for those who are joining me, this is the title of my story that I'm submitting for a contest. This is called Nocturnal Emissions, and it's basically a guy who can't sleep. And I'm going through all the panels here. This is where he lives, and we'll probably be referring back to this a few times when it comes him bringing people back to his lair. He basically had a girlfriend, and he would bring women back to his house. And whenever he, let me see if I can figure out the progression here because I totally screwed this up. First panel is going to be the house. Second is with the couple sleeping, and that's him and his girlfriend sleeping. He usually gets a boner when this stuff is about to happen, and she can hear a monster or some weird sounds. Haven't decided what sound she hears. She looked up at him and sees that he's still asleep. It's not him. So like this is his body. This is his mouth, his nose, and he's sleeping. Oops. His chin. And he's sleeping peacefully. Pillows. Her hand is like right here. It's like, hey, do you hear that? And okay, so from here I have to jump to the next screen, and then I'll probably put them all together at the last minute before I color them. Girlfriend pops herself up and is like, I hear it. Comes back to the oh, you know what? I think all I had to do was just hit it. Let's see, you can go to the alley. There we go. And then I can go left to right. Okay, I think that's easier. Okay, so when he sleeps alone, he endures these entities that come up to him or whatever. They recede back into the darkness until there's someone else that takes the place. Sorry, my thing is just kind of frozen. Stop! Damn it! Oh, it's frozen. Oh, you're a bear. It won't get out of it or all. Technology, you suck. Okay, I'm gonna have to close out of this. Don't look at my porn. Close. Okay, and then open it again. Alright. But yeah, this is all about using thumbnails. I just went online, found a nice template, brought it in, and pretty much just draw on these. I make them on their own layer. That way I could keep myself constrained. And I don't know how fast these replays would go. But if you've been watching, you would have seen the progression. And what I've kind of worked out in my own mind is that I'm just doing some rough sketches of, working out where things are going to go. And then I'll come back and I'll clean up the lines and whatnot. But basically, when he sleeps, he'll wake up with kind of like a nightmare, like you and me. We would have a nightmare. But when he has someone with him, someone else endures the nightmare. And his girlfriend, first night, she just kind of woke up with a night terror. And then the next night, she wakes up, and it's almost like a waking dream type of thing, is how she put it, was that she sees a monster. It appears, bares its teeth, and then licks her. That's how she knows it's real. And then she ghosts him. Okay, so this is what I have for this particular set. But they're kind of out of sequence because I started coming up with different ideas on what to put onto it. But yeah, I brought in the other screen where she's kind of curled up into a ball right before the arm of the monster comes down. The one beneath that one is kind of like them just sleeping together, maybe second or third night. He gets a boner, and nocturnal emissions are wet dreams. What comes out of wet dreams, things like that. We all have them, they're wonderful. But for him, when he's having it, and he's got somebody next to him, they get his nightmare, he gets the wet dream. And he loves these a lot. He wakes up refreshed. What can you do? They're good dreams. But when someone else is with him, they get the shitty end of the stick. Okay, so this was another. I don't know if it's the same girlfriend, first girlfriend. This is her first night, and this is like her last damn night with him. She's after that crap with the monster, she's like clutching a pillow and frightened out of her damn head, eyes all wide and bugged, and it's like has that epiphany that the only time she has these dreams is when she's with him. So next night her ass is gone, he's ghosted, and he's like, oh crap. And he still has like 6 hours to go before he has to get up. So can't take this crap, can't take these dreams. Let's see, and I'll do a quick replay of that. But yeah, so I pretty much just, like I said, brought in, I made this a working size so that when I do draw it, it's not going to be super pixelated when it gets down to the actual size, I'm hoping. This is but I'm also thinking that I could also make these a little bigger and then shrink them down if that's how bad it is. But yeah, I'm going through my first chapter and just kind of illustrating what's going on with that. But yeah, for this contest. So hopefully for my first webtoon, and I've got until the 30th of June to finalize it. I'm hoping I'll be done before then, so I can do more entries. I don't think there's a limit on entries. And yeah, damn. So that's where he is right there. And then let's see, what else? I thought there was another one. No, not that one. One I was just working on. That was the one with the lick. Maybe it's up here. There it is. Okay, so he's frustrated. Let me go back. Okay, so he's frustrated. Got to find a girlfriend or a person for the night, woman of the night, lover of the night, and pretty much that's right here. So I'm going to do a montage of women. He goes to a bar. He's a good-looking guy, so he has no problem finding a girl. So bought one girl a drink, flirting with another one in a park. Just pretty much going through all the women that he can in order to get a good night's sleep and to maintain his status at work. And it all ends up the same with them. Just madness, pure madness. I got one of them crawling out of the damn panels. She's so damn terrified of this, of the nightmares, and started developing him looking at his cell phone, trying to find more girls, and then he's going to have to get even more creative with finding women, until ultimately he ends up meeting up with a buddy of his, and he gives him a novel idea, and it just takes the story just even further. All right, so with that, almost there. Yeah, so she's like crawling out of the panel. She's so damn scared. He finds one girl in his closet. Yeah, these thumbnails are a big help. so you could just pop right onto the next one, right onto the next one, and complete the story. Um, and then if I don't have a good way of visualizing what I want to do, I go online and I look for something that's close, or bits and pieces that are close to what I want. So one of them is that I wanted to find a man in a computer, so I found a guy. He had like a little laptop in front of him. It was gripping his head, and I'm like, "Ooh, that's cool." But I want to show that he is super freaking busy at work. He's feeling the pinch, and one of his coworkers, his biggest rival, comes up behind him and makes a sex joke about him, because he is known as the office Romeo, the best looking dude in the office, never sleeps alone type of thing, and it's all catching up to him. And she's laughing at his ass as she walks away. And he goes on to Crave's list, and he's looking for a girl, and that's where I left off. So you guys, thank you so much for joining me on my journey here, and I will see you on the morrow. Um, and I'll see if I can make a more concerted effort to show which videos have been helping me the best on YouTube, on how to convey this, the thumbnails, the techniques, and then hopefully I'll be able to do some coloring and well, I need to finish all my damn thumbnails first. That's a challenge. All right, you guys, take care, and I will see you on the morrow. Bye bye.